This video will be dedicated to watching the criminals. We're watching the criminals, you see. Now, the whole criminal network thing goes all the way to the top, and it involves all kinds of characters and criminals and so on. And personally, I don't really care to be associated with anything like that. But, you know, I do my investigations, right? And here where I live, there are a lot of criminal-looking individuals, let us say. And so what I've done is investigated them. And anyone can do this. There's Facebook, there's My Life, and other resources as well. This is for people who feel they've been victimized by so-called stalkers and basically idiots in the neighborhood who are associated with authorities through parties, or they might be like associates or friends, or maybe they work at the hospital with the local first responder rabble. And as you know, and you'll see the video here, I'll put a link. According to this man, the local responders are engaging in criminal activity because they've been given a certain level of non-legal authority, let's put it that way. So what I've done is investigated some of these people that appear to be involved in criminal activity. And some of them appear to be working in the local environment. The hospital comes to mind. These are the tools that we have available. Okay, we have Facebook, which is basically a very wonderful detective resource. We have My Life. And then what you start doing, right, is you sit in there, you start looking at all the satellite connections of these people. And you start to figure out, right, who's doing what. And you just, no, I mean, it's not illegal. That's public information, you know. You can just go in there and, you know what to do. You just kind of snoop around. And so, you know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Now, what I do is I collect all the data on the local people that, you know, in my memory, of course, right? I collect all the data in my memory. And I try to focus on the ones that appear to be involved in criminal activity. There's a great video channel here by Discrete Devices, which shows you some of the devices that these criminals may use on you. And I have reason to believe that one of these individuals, whose name I will not name, right? I won't name the whole name, right? But that's just one. But see, this is how you do it, right? You can go through one and get all the others, like identify who's who, and it's good to have that information in your mind, of course, in your mind, because you wouldn't store that information anywhere else but your mind, you know. And then you just save that information in as many places as possible, but you want to be really organized, you know. You want to save that information in as many places as possible in your mind, and then it's available, right, in case something were to happen. Because what's really happening, it's really a shame, is that these people get to have this plausible denial, but they are criminals, and they should be arrested in jail and throw away the key. And you look at some of them, they look so innocent, right? And there's just so many of these criminals walking around out here. But I just wanted to let you know that all you really need is a couple of shreds of information, and you can start doing your research, and you can, that's what Facebook is for, My Life, and you have all kinds of resources on the internet if you just look a little, okay? So that's what I wanted to say. And what happens when you do that, they kind of back off. And if they don't back off, well, you can take it to the next level, right? You can get like private investigators. You can submit it to the ACLU. You can do a lot of things like that. I don't care one way or the other, you know, but I just wanted to let you know that, if you're somebody out there, Because I did have this for a while. It wasn't long, and I think it was because I had this big beard, you know. And, you know, that lately they're stereotyping people with big... Because it's always been about racism in this country. And these people are idiots. And it goes all the way to the top, and they're sitting there, Bob, Tom, and Harry, looking to see how they can hurt some innocent person out there. And then it kind of dribbles all the way to the bottom. A lot of these people, surprisingly, appear to be like Eastern European types from Poland and places like that, you know. So it's very disturbing that people in their own country have to be harassed by migrants from places like Poland and so on. Isn't that fascinating? That you're in your own country and these idiots from like who knows where are coming into this country, taking jobs and harassing local citizens, and they get away with it because they look European. That's it. That's the only... So if you look European, you can commit crimes in your neighborhood and get away with it. That's pretty telling, isn't it? But that's the way America works, and that's why I believe that the Creator is going to address this nation, right? Because you can only go on as a nation doing so much evil for so long before there is a rebalance, you see? And the U.S. has been out of balance for a very long time. Well, what seems to be a long time to us, but in reality it's not such a long time to the Creator. There's going to be a rebalancing. And there's always the potential that there might be a regime change, in which case a lot of these people would be tracked down and they would be addressed. Because, you know, we hear talk about draining the swamp and so on. By the way, you can check out my Drain the Swamp. Now, see, most people wouldn't even bother making a video like this because, honestly, I haven't had too much trouble with these people. There are a lot of them that just patrol. Okay, they patrol, like, the neighborhoods. And that's another problem because if you're a discerning person like me, you'll notice, right? You're like, I've seen that guy, that pig face. I've seen him before, right? And then you'll see the same idiot again. And basically what they're doing is they're just kind of watching to see if there's any overt crime, even though they themselves are doing crime, right? They are criminals, and they are involved in crime, trust me. But they're not involved in, like, high-level crime. I don't even know what I'm saying so late. But anyway, you know, they get away with crime. Let's put it that way. Okay? But what you want to do is you want to collect this information in your mind. And you want to save this information. And you want to have like a journal. Okay? What I do is I have like a digital journal. Now they can remotely access your computer and dig through there and search for your stuff. So you never want to have any kind of information in your computer that you wouldn't want to lose. You know, if you do have any information that's important to you, and that's another thing. If you have any information on your computer that's important to you, you want to make sure you make copies of it. And don't keep it on your local computer because these local computers are being watched by a lot of these people at the higher levels who are also criminals. Anyway, and there's a whole bunch of these people, right? But the thing is that, you know, I don't have time to go through the whole thing. Besides, you don't want to do that. You don't want to, like, get in there and start making accusations or anything. But you do want to let them know that they are being observed. You do want to let them know and that you're not the only one who's observing. Because, as you know, Facebook is available to everybody. Right, Bob? Here's a list, man. Have fun. So, you know, this is available to everybody, you know. But, you know, I look at some of the things, and it's not that bad with me, although I had this one guy in my house, and this is what they do, right? Once they decide for whatever reason that, I don't know, that they want to look at you or whatever because you have a beard and they're stupid or whatever, you'll go and you'll post something on Craigslist and they'll intercept it. You see? So say, for example, you're selling a bicycle. They'll intercept it and then they'll send somebody that's connected with their little thing. Now, you're not supposed to know this, you understand? You're not supposed to know. Shh. 007. And this is not good because this is a criminal activity. They are criminalizing the American people. Now, in the last state I was in, there was a woman there who was being abused and tormented by local drug dealers. Hold on. The same type of people involved that I'm talking about. And these people were getting away with it because the local police were not, they just looked the other way. Okay? So you have to do the math. But this poor woman, I don't even know whatever became of her, but they would hurt her animals and trespass on her property. But she was a very strong woman, and she was a faithful woman who believed in the Creator. And she just had to deal with it, and it was really tough for her because they were just kind of getting away with it, you see. And this is where we're at in America, that now the criminals are allowed to do whatever they want, to a certain extent. But I think that's going to change. And there's going to be a lot of repercussions. And that's one of the things that the wicked do not understand. When you do wickedness, you leave a trail, you see. And one day, it may just come back to bite you in the ass. Do you understand? And it doesn't matter how many bodyguards or who you think you are, that you're an oath taker. It doesn't matter what kind of organizations, where you hang out, who your buddies are. When the strong arm of the Almighty comes down on you, it can hurt. So I just wanted to let you know that. Okay? So shalom to everybody out there. And let us keep praying because the hour is late. Shalom.